Hey there, friends. This is Tom or Robots. I am the creator of the Robots Radio podcast network. I podcast on lots of different podcasts, but of course, I'm not going to go into all those details because you guys are here specifically for the topic I'm talking about. So let's get to that right away. So I'm here to help you guys out, and that's what I do on this channel. I help you guys out because I want to make sure you succeed in creating your content, and specifically content creation around video games and or podcasts. And that's where my expertise is, although I dabble in video content creation as well, and also in streaming. And all of those things have something in common when it comes to creating your personality, and not just, creating your personality. You have a personality, but creating, let's think of it this way, the way people are going to perceive your personality and understand who you are. I had a conversation recently with a member of our community, and they wrote me directly and they said, "Hey, I've got some extra time on my hands. I changed my job, my schedule a little bit, and I want to get into streaming. I want to get into creating some content, and I think I'm going to start playing some games." And they had a very vague idea around what they were going to do, and a very general sense of, I want to be an engaging personality that's friendly and plays some games with a community. And I was like, that is all absolutely wonderful, but you can't put that on an advertisement. You can't put that out into the world and say, I'm a positive stream personality, come to my stream. There's no hook there. And this is something that you learn from marketing. You have to be able to boil down who you are into a very concise sentence, something that people can just look at and know you by. Why is this important? And what is that? What does that actually mean? Well, let's cover the second half of that first. We're going to kind of rearrange that a little bit. Let me give you an example. I am known for my podcasts. I do a bunch of lore podcasts, the Fallout Lorecast, the Elder Scrolls Lorecast, the Mass Effect Lorecast, the Witcher Lorecast, Cyberpunk Lorecast. I am known probably as the RPG lore guy. That's just kind of who I am. So when people hear Robots or Tom and associate me with my podcasts, that's kind of in their head who they see me as. Also, they might see me as a community builder, or they might see me as podcast network creator, or they might see me as also, I run the Robots Radio Rocket Club, where I mentor new podcasters. I also wrote a book called Video Game Podcasting that teaches people how to create successful podcasts and turn that into a career, because that's something I did. So they might see me as podcasting mentor. These are the kinds of titles people see me as, depending on where they know me from. So if you're creating a new video game podcast or a new stream or some new content like on a YouTube channel, how do you want people to perceive you? What do you want people to see you as? You need to come up with something, and that needs to be the thing that when people talk about you or when they picture you in their head, that's who they see you as. Another way to think about this is every cartoon character has their very simplified concept of who they are. They also only ever have like one outfit they wear ever. Every superhero has a costume. That's who they are. That's who they're always seen as. They wear the same colors every day. Homer Simpson wears the same white shirt and blue slacks every day. That's who they are. My mother-in-law wears the same outfit every day. She's basically a cartoon character. So who are you in the simplest form so that it stays in people's heads? Who are you in the simplest concept? And I'll give you some ideas, and I want you don't have to do one of these, but think about streamers, think about content creators and how would you describe them in the simplest form? Are you, for example, the speedrun guy? Are you the RPG relationship girl? Are you the min-max strategy person? Are you the person who mods the game until you get it to break and then you pull it back and then show everybody how you modded the game to look so crazy that it barely looks like the original game anymore? Like the crazy modding person? Or are you the person who's just so good at the game, you spend so many hours playing it that you're so better than everyone else and you want to teach them how to do that? What is your thing? Once you've realized what that thing is, now you've got a sense of who you are. You can turn that into your show. You can turn that into the focus of your content. And so what we're doing here, and this is the whole sense of all of this, is that we're finding a back door into your niche. And everybody knows, and this is one thing that we talk about in content creation all the time, especially with podcasts, is that you have to niche down. You have to go into a very focused area in order to make sure that you're discoverable, that people know who you are, they know what your content is, and know what they're going to get when they find your content. You can't just be a podcast about all the cool video games. No one's ever going to find you, and they're not going to know what they're getting when they check out your show. But you can be a podcast about how to speed run Super Mario Brothers. That could be a show. People know exactly what they're getting. Now, that would probably be better done in video format than a podcast, but you get the idea, right? So who are you? What's your little tagline? And then stick to that first. Final question. Can you deviate from that tagline? Absolutely. Yes, you can, once your audience is comfortable with who you are by that tagline. And then you can try out things that are kind of tangentially related to that thing and see how your audience deals with that. See if they like those things as well. If they don't, go back to the original thing. If they do, then you already have the audience's attention. They already like you. You've already got the hook. The hook already works. Now they like you. Now you can add on other stuff. If you guys like the channel, please help me grow it. Subscribe, like the video, share the video, comment below with some of your thoughts or questions. I'd love to answer some questions. And I mentioned I have a book. So if you want to check out the book, go to robotsradio.net/book. It's called Video Game Podcasting, and it will help you launch and turn your podcast into something that you can actually potentially turn into a career. If you have any other questions, check me out on Twitter, robots_radio, @robots_radio on Twitter. And you can always join us on the Robots Radio Discord. So I'll see you guys around.